Year 11, welcome to today's session, which will be on Norman towns. You could start today's session by looking at the knowledge quiz on the Google form. Same principle as normal, 10 multiple choice questions, which will just give you an idea of your knowledge that you have accumulated and will help you with revising. So today we're going to focus on Norman towns. Now, Norman towns cross over between the Norman units and the health unit, which we will be moving on to. So the Norman period is part of the wider medieval era. And on the screen, you can see a picture of a Norman town. You can see a wall around the perimeter with a guarded gateway. This is for the protection of the citizens. So we've got this down there. We also have the church over here. Remember, church and religion play an important role in medieval culture. We've got people washing their clothes in the river, where you can see others who are dumping their waste in the river, which obviously will have an impact on health. You can also see people chucking waste out of windows. We've got some further along, one over here who's airing some laundry. We can also see how narrow the streets get. We can also see we've got the signs along here. Now, the signs aren't written because most people are illiterate, so they can't read or write. And so pictures show what the shop or what the building is. We've got our farmland in the corner. Remember, our farmland is done through strip farming. And we've got our castle in the background as well. So towns in general during this period are dirty places. We've got open drains, overflowing cesspits, which polluted drinking water. Some towns do have public baths where people bathe together in large wooden tubs, but this isn't that common. No one expects the local authority to organise the removal of rubbish, so there is rubbish everywhere. Leather tanners in towns use dangerous chemicals which they then dump into the river. Now, it's this same river water that people are washing their clothes in, that people are bathing in, that people are drinking. No one expects the king or the central government to make laws about public health or raise taxes. So if there is going to be any improvement, it comes about by rich individuals paying for it. Now, the butchers leave rotting meat and waste products in the street, adding to the piles of rubbish, the smell, as well as the pollution. Now, cesspits, which is where they store their waste, are usually built next to drinking wells, but often they're not that well constructed, and sewage leaks into them, polluting the drinking water. Now, if you didn't fancy drinking the water from the well or the water from the river, you could buy water from water sellers. However, it's often taken from polluted rivers, this is one of the reasons why you do see a lot of people drinking beer and wine this period. Councillors also know that improvements are expensive. So if they're going to do something to improve life in the town, which will improve people's health, it's going to cost a lot of money. And they don't want to become unpopular by increasing local taxes. So often nothing gets done unless there is a serious outbreak of a disease in a particular town. So our session today, we're going to look at what a Norman town is like and then how that could impact on medicine. This will give you a little bit of an idea about the medicine unit, which we will be doing in September. So your first task is to describe what a town was like. Now on the Google Doc, or you can use your summer workbook, you have a text and some pictures which will help you with this question. Try and aim for a good paragraph, about 8 sentences. You then have a section or a table which you can colour code to show whether each statement shows that there was good or poor public health in medieval towns. Remember, the Norman period is part of the wider medieval era, So you can use this information from the Norman Town question in your answer. Now, an example of each has been done for you. You could use the highlighter function, you could code it, or if you're doing it on your summer workbook, you can do it whatever way you like. When we talk about public health, we are talking about the health of the whole population. Okay, we're not just looking at health generally, we're looking at the population. So, how is this going to impact on people's health? Your third task is to describe what health was like in medieval town. So, look at your color coded table to help you with this task. Is it good? Is it poor? Why do you think this? What evidence have you got from your table to help you with this question? So make sure you are giving some detailed answers and are writing in full sentences. Your final task for this section is to explain why Norman towns mostly had a poor standard of public health. Again, 8 marks, so we're looking for 3 Peel paragraphs. Pick 3 features which gave it poor health and then explain why or how that would affect people's health. You're writing in full sentences, making sure you explain your answers. Remember, the Normans are part of the medieval period, and therefore you can use your color-coded table to help you complete this task. So there are some example sentence starters on the Google Doc and in your summer workbook, which you can use if you need them, but you do not have to. You can use your own if you wish. Now, once you've finished this task, if you've done it on the Google Doc, please make sure that you submit it through Google Classroom. If you've done it in your workbook, well done. Well done for all your work over the summer. And we will see you really, really soon. Please stay safe and we will see you in September.